Welcome back, everyone, to our playthrough of the career mode here in NASCAR Heat 2. So our last few races, I have had an absolute blast. We've had short track racing in the Xfinity cars, and then we went to Talladega in the Cup car, a 3-star Cup car, and almost pulled off the victory. A little bit more help from Ricky Stenhouse Jr. on that last lap, and we might have gotten a victory at Talladega. So tons and tons of fun. This is exactly what I was hoping for out of this science project, and it is delivering in spades for us right now. I am thrilled with how things are going and hope you guys are as well. So now we're back in the Xfinity series, and we're ready to run another 1.5-mile track at Charlotte. Now, Charlotte is different than the other 1.5-mile tracks. The banking transitions into and off the corners are very different than what you get at a lot of the 1.5-mile tracks. And also, this is a claustrophobic 1.5-mile track. It feels extremely narrow. Running 2x2 at Charlotte feels very difficult to do. It feels like you are out of space and you can barely fit through the corner like that. And running 3 wide at Charlotte definitely gets you feeling claustrophobic because there is very little room for error when you're doing that. So what's all that going to mean for us? Well, our science project continues. We'll have to see what kind of speed we have here at this track, and I'm going to determine the setup based off of what we've done at the other 1.5-mile tracks and where that's allowed us to finish, and we're going to continue with the science project and see what we have here at Charlotte. So this should be a lot of fun. The most recent races have really got my spirits up high about this career mode system that we're using right now, and I can't wait to get to the track. Before we get the race started, let's take a brief look at the setup, and I've run a little bit more front weight than I have been. Otherwise, most everything looks the same. Of course, the tire settings and the gear settings are going to be different from track to track, but other than that, basically everything is the same. I'm using 8.5 inches on the track bar. This is going to be a very challenging race. I was even in qualifying, which is the only lap I ran, no practice whatsoever. It was very difficult for me to get into the corners. Not only was I out of the gas, I'm probably going to have to use a good bit of brake during the race. So this should be very interesting. Let's go ahead and get started. All right, green flag, here we go. And let's see what we can do here. I don't like being 3 wide at this track. Again, I did it on the start there. I'm trying to pick up any places I can. Passing is going to be very difficult at the beginning until these guys get spread out. In fact, it's going to be very dangerous until these guys get spread out. So I'm just going to try to bide my time, look for opportunities to pass when I can find them. Oh, can I get in here in the bottom? Yes, I can. All right, now let's see if we can start making our way forward, because I feel like the bottom groove is ultimately going to be the way to go when they're running 2x2. The question is going to be, how much speed do we have, and how much faster than these guys at the bottom, or excuse me, in front of us, are we? All right, so we made a few passes already. Trying to make a few more here, so we're definitely faster than these guys. All right, I'm using a combination of completely lifting out of the throttle, and I'm also using the brake on corner entry because, well, really for 2 reasons. Number one, this thing is a handful to drive. It is very tight on entry. And then the second thing is there are a lot of AI around. So I need to keep this thing in my lane as much as possible. All right, Darrell Wallace Jr., we have a run on him. We do. Try to hold it on the bottom. Oh, it is very bumpy down here. All right, but I think we have the momentum to clear him coming down the straightaway. Ooh, hello. Never mind, I could not hold it to the bottom. There was just no way I was holding that to the bottom. All right, let's try again. Nope. Not if I'm going to carry any speed. I can't keep it on the bottom. So I really need to be running on my own going through turn 3, it seems, particularly turn 3. Because if I have somebody to my outside, it could be very treacherous going through there. All right, we got a nice run on Chastain.
Still a car out there.
All right, I can keep it down there, but I had to use a lot of brake to do it.
Hold your line.
All right, and for some reason, everybody is running this like a restrictor plate track right now on the straightaways. Woo! That was way too close. Way too close. So we're having a hard time getting through here.
There's 20 to go right
I would definitely say the setup is doing its job. All right, here we go. Once again, everybody running right on the bottom down the straightaway. I'm going to back out of this early. And folks, we may not get to the top 20 at the rate this is going. These guys are everywhere. And while I still think we have the speed, I am worried about having an area to pass. Like right here, I have the speed. I can run it on the outside and get up to these guys. The question is, all right, maybe the outside is the way to go. Let's try that. Of course, we got a nice wad of cars right in front of us there as well.
Good drive off here.
That was almost big. Woo. This is not fun right now. This is just a gaggle of cars like an angry mob. And we got to figure out a way to get by all of this. Because right now there is just simply nowhere to go. I mean, look how they're darting around. Let's try the bottom. All right, 4 car, I'm going to need you to go.
Get to the bottom. Get to the bottom.
Because I am trying to clear this if I at all can before we get to turn 3.
Outside, still there.
Look at how quickly they do that. That's how you know the AI are not playing by the same rules as I am.
Still a car out there. All clear, all clear. Clear low, stay low. Hold steady wheel.
I'm going to try to get up on top here.
Clear high, get up
There we go.
Oh,
Now let's see if I can hold it. Nope, they're going to come right back on me.
Still the top. Still
Yeah,
a
these
car out
guys
there.
are a mess at this track.
Hold your line.
This track is way too tight to be darting around like these guys are right now.
Inside is on your bumper. The bottom's clear.
All right, that was a good corner for us. Let's see if we can get off the corner good and get to the outside of the 51. We can.
Really good line. Stay in the center. All clear.
Woo. Okay, deep breath. We made it through that. It took a long time to get there, but we made it through. Now we're in the top 20. Let's see if we can work on the top 15 now. We should have enough time. I mean, we're only halfway through the race right now.
Okay, that's halfway mark. Hold your line.
See if we can get by Casey Kane, our teammate.
Steady.
Is he going to give us room? He does.
Keep high. Hold your line. Clear low, get down there.
All right, he's telling me clear low, but that is not true. Because the 88 is clearly still there. have enough momentum off this corner to clear him, and we do. All right, so now we're in 18th, and there is another angry mob of cars directly in front of us. All right, so right now, the biggest problem I have in this car is that I cannot get through the center. I know you guys hear me say that every race, and I do that on purpose because that's what the setup is doing. Particularly two aspects of the setup. The rear springs, running them the same and running a small number. In other words, using something along the lines of 350 in the rear of the car. That means that the rear end is getting a lot of grip, but it doesn't help in the turning of the car at all. The second aspect of it is the track bar. The lower I run the track bar, the harder it is to rotate the car. Now you can overcome that by adjusting the rear springs, but because we're doing both of these things, that is what is causing the car to be so tight, particularly from the center of the corner off. All right, so we've caught this angry mob of cars. The question is, can we do anything with them? And if they continue to run side by side, the answer is probably going to be no. Because then you have to pick a lane and nobody's going anywhere, so it doesn't do you much good to pick a lane. So I'm completely out of the gas there on the straightaway. I would like to think that the inside is eventually going to win this war ahead of us, but I'm not sure, because these guys seem to be running lap after lap. And I don't have any reason to believe that either side is going to win this. All right, we got a nice run here. Very nice run here. See if we can make some passes here. Try to follow the 62 car through. Not bad. So far, so good. All right, excellent. Excellent job. Now we're into the top 15. And looks like we got a pretty good run on Brendan Gall there. We do.
Still a car out there.
Oh. Went way too high through that corner. I'm trying to bring it back to the bottom and clear him as we go into the next set of corners. Because I did not get through turn 3 and 4 very good at all. Ooh, really bumpy down there on the bottom. Could have used a little different front spring setup to help out with that. All right, so we can see the top 10 in front of us. Don't know if we're going to have enough time to get there, but we can see them. They're right here, all in a line, like they're stuck together. All right, if we can use the high side here, we might be in good shape. Oh boy, they're all going to the bottom, all the way around the track. They're going to give us the top part of the track, and I'm going to try to take advantage of that.
Still a car out there.
Y'all give me room up here. Give me room. I'm trying to give you room. Please return the favor. All right, we got a shot at the top 10 here. I think there's going to be enough laps left, and we can just keep our speed up on this high side. I think we're in good shape. Still having to get completely out of the throttle and use the brakes on corner entry. That's hurting us. We're up to 13th. It is slow treading, trying to make up more spots than that. I drove it in much harder that time, and really didn't help much. Maybe a little. Really what's going to help me the most is to be able to get back to the gas center off quicker and harder than they do. Oh, right in front of us. Appreciate that 98 car. Bring it right down on as close to the bottom as I can get through the corner. Try to pinch them down.
Inside.
You can see they're beating me off the corner. That's what's really giving me problems, and they're not giving me any room at all in the straightaways. In the front straightaway anyway. All right, this is not good. Rhodes, we need you to go away. You are not helping me out at all. All right, this is the last lap. So I've got no choice but to stick it in here. Woo. All right, we need a good drive off the corner. Pinch him down. And we can't quite get there. All right, we come home 12th. All right, very good. Very good indeed. I like it. We had a chance there at the end, but we just didn't have the speed through the center of the corner to get by. So we come home 12th. I'm actually very happy with that. That is good. All right, now let's see what this does for us in the point standings. Now we're over 4 million, almost to 4.2 million. In our bank account, we're now back to 5th in the point standings, 294 points. And we are losing touch with the leaders, which is what you would expect given the finishes that we're getting right now. William Byron at a 30.78 fastest lap. Again, I have absolutely no idea how close or far we were from that, because not once did I see a lap time during that race. And I'll tell you the truth, I was not even looking. All right, so we did not complete all of the incentive contract goals. No surprise there. So I guess we get to sign a new one now. There we go. All right, so let's see. Qualified top 10. Nope, we got no shot at that. We'll stick with the challenging. And so now it is on to Dover. Wow. Okay, so Dover should be a lot of fun. I love Dover. Love running that track. But of course, it's all going to be up to the setup now. Do we have enough speed to get to the front, and how far up toward the front can we get? So that's what we'll do in our next video. For now, thank you very much for joining me. I really appreciate all your support, not only in this particular series, but all the series here on the channel. And stay tuned for more NASCAR Heat 2 coverage here at Knee Pit Gaming.